How's it going, everyone? It's your man Lost Disciple, the voice box of the underground of YouTube. And Adin Ross is making headlines once again. You know, he's usually always doing something that's expose, or risque, actually, rather, I think is the proper word I should be using. But yeah, so Adin Ross and Kai Cenat actually got a bit they got into a little bit of a bickerment battle back and forth of banter, right? And Kai Cenat had apparently claimed that Adin Ross's manager was racist, right?
About nothing. Tav called me late at night, 4 a.m., drunk or off something, out his mind. I swear to God, if I'm lying, I'm flying. He calls me, he says, "Hey bro, Adin having a birthday party, so you need to be here by tomorrow, bro. We'll send you a jet. We'll make sure everything, we'll send you a jet. We'll make sure you're good. We'll fly you out there, bro, if you can." He calls me at 4 a.m. He wants me to be there the evening of the next day. I tell him, I say, "Yo, Tav, I don't think I could be able to do it, but I'll let you know, bro. I'll let you know if I'll be able to do it, but most likely it's last minute. I don't think I'll be able to do it." He said, okay, just let me know, bro. We gonna have the jet. We gonna make sure the jet good for you. Then he gonna tell me, "I'm with Adin right now. He losing millions in this gambling shit. If he keep this up, I'm gonna go with the FaZe guys." Niggas talking about snakes. The closest ones will do the most to you, nigga. The nigga gonna say, if he keep this gambling shit up, I swear to God, on bro, nigga. What am I, mother, bro? FaZe God shit, and I'm telling Adin all of this. I told him this when I got here, chat. I told him this already. I spoke to them, right? This is back in October. But let me tell you why I didn't tell him in October, though. He then forwards and says, "Yo, Kai, I just want to say, man, congrats on all the brand deals you doing and all that, from Nike to McDonald's." Tav is a white man, by the way. He proceeds to say, "From Nike to McDonald's, but bro, keep it real, bro. Nigga, a chicken Big Mac, nigga? Nigga, a chicken Big Mac, nigga? He on my phone calling me the N-word at 4 a.m. in the fucking morning. You supposed to be a nigga manager, and you, what's up with you? The nigga on my phone, 4 a.m., calling me about a fucking McDonald's commercial, saying, nigga, really, a chicken Big Mac, nigga?" My face, in my head, I'm like, I should dead ass start blacking on this nigga right now. But deep down inside of me, I'm like, how do I even want to give this nigga my energy? Because then
This was stirred up in the media, and it kind of put the limelight not on Adin's manager, but now more people are really looking at the types of comedic stunts and jokes that Adin Ross kind of does in his streams. And now people are kind of pointing the finger at him and saying, "Hey, this isn't cool. That's not funny," right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, right? I know the most literally, I think this was like 2 days ago. The most recent one was Adin Ross and some other guy. I think they said it was Ice Poseidon, but they were hugging a tree while whipping each other. So one would hug the tree, and the other would whip them, right? And this is literally right after, the whole, spotlight being shined on his actions or whatever, and people really criticizing him.
Oh my God! Yeah! Imagine a
oh my God.
Oh! Get his penis! You got his penis! I got it! You got his penis! I got his balls! You got his balls! God damn it, Bobby, we did it! Good shit! Our ancestors love that shit!
And he kind of doubled down on it in a way by like, yeah, you know what? This is the type of shit that I think is funny. And a lot of people, a lot of black content creators are not happy with Adin Ross. Then you got a couple still siding with Adin, and it's kind of got people torn, and torn, but also questioning. However, for the people that don't think this sort of comedy, a lot of people that don't think this comedy is okay. Prime example, when I know Kai Cenat mentioned the things about his manager said something racist, right? And the thing was that Kai is also the same individual that belittled someone because they were just, in his words, African American. You're just African American. You're just black, right? He didn't have a connection or a nationality coming from the Caribbeans, like Jamaican or Puerto Rican or Dominican or Haitian. You know, it was just like, oh, you have no culture. It was basically essentially what he was saying.
Who are not cultured at all. Stop dick riding. I don't want to hear, like, when I'm asking general questions, I'm not asking y'all niggas. Stop dick riding. Y'all niggas is black. You're black. You're just black.
Just be yourself and hit them with hey. Also, I just bought the Anarchy hoodie yesterday. Can't wait. Finna resubscribe in a little W female viewer. Big 2 months December 9th.
Thank you so much. Bro, you're just fully American. You're African American, bro. That's it. How was that see you in 30? That wasn't an insult. That was strictly, you're black. You're not Trinidadian. You're not Jamaican. You're not African. You're not, word. You're not Ghanaian. You're not Dominican. You're not Puerto Rican. You're not Cuban.
Because you're African American, you have no culture, and that African Americans essentially have no culture, which is completely and utterly false. However, our culture as of right now may not be the best culture that we have, because we have a culture and we had a culture. The culture we have now is just not the best culture, but that's the culture that, you know, we have, that, and it seems like everyone, you know, gravitates and grabs onto. And what I mean by that, I mean, like, you know, other ethnicities and stuff like that, because we don't have to sit here and act surprised when someone says there's a lot of different, that the African American community really inspires other cultures in terms of, like, hip hop being really big, and, you know, I think it's Japan, and, you know, the streetwear, the culture behind that, hip hop and stuff like that was really big low key over there. And if you watched anime, you know what I mean. Like, think about Samurai Champloo. Like, come on, you can't sit here and say that wasn't inspired by niggas. And look, Afro Samurai was written by a nigga, right? Well, no, it was made by an Asian dude, but helped create, you know, the anime with some niggas, right? So our influence very prominent, and it's not hidden or not non-existent, like as Kai Cenat was saying. I just find it very hypocritical, and not just him, but a lot of people in the black community that will go and say, hey, right, you can't sit here and make jokes about, you know, either our trauma or whatever other jokes, but we can do all this stuff. Like, we can call each other niggas, we can belittle each other, we can make traumatic jokes towards each other, or skits and things like that. And, you know, think about, like, prime example, like when people were saying King Bach, if you remember those King Bach vines, that literally sent us back millennia of progress that we work towards. And honestly, the internet really kind of shone, like, just the type of humor or comedy that a lot of people find funny, right? And if you've been on the internet, if you're around my age, right, you know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. And it's like I said, we can't sit here and promote this type of behavior amongst ourselves and then get mad when it's replicated by outside cultures that want to do the same thing. Because as you see, you know, our influence is high and mighty. Whether you want to sit here and deny it and act like it's not true, you could do that on your own time. Feel free to do so. But for those of you that aren't afraid to live in reality, you can definitely see that even if it's not the most positive influence that we definitely have an influence or a, you know, culture outside that inspires other people and draws certain individuals in, right? So it's just very hypocritical. It really is. And especially coming out of different creators. You can't work with the black, if you want to sit there and segregate everybody by their nationality of where their nation, where they come from, in terms of, you know, black skinned people, then you can't sit there and degrade and belittle the African American community of black people, then when things aren't going right for you or you need support, you go to that same community you just belittled for support. And if you, I mean, I ain't gonna hold you, right? They did studies on this shit. They have the art of selling to the Negro. So this stuff, like shit like this, it goes deep. And this is studies way back in the 60s. So, and this is all marketing stuff. If you don't know what I mean, it's just all marketing and how, you know, marketing is business and all that other stuff. So if you have an alignment with that, you know why I brought that up. And honestly, it's just ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. So realistically, right? Is Adin Ross really a racist? Honestly, I wouldn't say so, because he put a lot of black people on. Does he do a lot of questionable things and has a lot of questionable humor and a lot of questionable behavior? Definitely. But to say that he's a flat out racist, considering I never met the guy and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Back to the matter at hand, like I said, is Adin Ross a racist? No. If anything, I would beg to argue that Kai Cenat is more of a racist than Adin Ross is. If you really want to go there, because I mean, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked it, drop a dislike. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.